2NURFM News. For our sponsor, Tile Warehouse Warners Bay, the large floor tile specialists.
It's 1 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Belinda De Lasheras with 2NURFM Hunter News. Newcastle's ABC radio station is set to cut up to 9 jobs after the offset of federal funding cuts. It comes after the federal government cut $250 million towards the ABC and SBS over a 5-year period. Hunter MP Joel Fitzgibbon says it's a broken election promise.
This is probably the greatest betrayal of all, a clear election broken promise. For a start, 1/3 of about 30-odd people at Newcastle 1233 will lose their jobs. Much of the programming will go with it. But this really does tear at the social fabric of the Hunter.
Hunter firefighters are continuing work to ensure blazes ignited by lightning overnight remain under control. Up to several hundred strikes shook the region, with little rain providing ample conditions for flames to flare up near Cessnock and Dungog. Lower Hunter RFS Superintendent Jason McKellar says aircraft have been deployed to survey the area.
And we'll do a good reconnaissance of the area just to make sure that we haven't got any other further lightning strikes that have ignited in the more remote areas.
Investigations are continuing into the assault of a 55-year-old man at his Woodbury home earlier this month. Police have released an image of a male who may be able to assist inquiries into the incident, in which the occupant of the Kingstown Road premises was reportedly attacked by a knife-wielding man around 6 p.m. on Saturday, November 1. He's described as Caucasian in appearance, aged between 21 and 25, with pale skin, half his left eyebrow shaved, and a black button-style earring. Angela Corbett from Police Headquarters says anyone with information should contact Crime Stoppers.
The injured man suffered a cut to his arm, requiring stitches. As they continue their inquiries, police are urging anyone with any information in relation to this incident to call Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000.
The Office of Local Government has called an investigation into Newcastle Council operations. The investigation will look into the exclusion of councillors during discussions about the amendment of the State Environmental Planning Policy. Greens councillor Therese Doyle says she hopes her concerns about council practice will be brought into the open.
Well, I hope what will come from the investigation is a little bit of airing of what's been going on behind the scenes in Newcastle City Council. I'd like the Office of Local Government to have a look at Newcastle City Council and some of its structures that I think are questionable.
The New Look board to represent the Newcastle Knights are holding their first meeting today. New members will attempt to turn the club's future around after management and ownership issues this year. New club chairman Brian McGuigan says the reorganisation will not only benefit the club but fans.
It's mandatory that we have those Knights fans feeling as though it's the old team back again by showing them that the Knights are back and firing and want to perform for the community as they have done so well in the past.
The work of Hunter trainees and apprentices has been on display at the Australian Training Awards. Lab Operations trainee Joshua Lodge secured Trainee of the Year award on Friday, travelling to Adelaide for the occasion. The 21-year-old says there were a number of competitions he had to enter prior to receiving the honour.
Hunter Valley Training Company nominated me for the regional awards, and then the winner of the regional awards goes to the state level, and then if you win the state level, you go to the national level. That's how I progressed to where I am now.
In finance, the All Ords is up 55.7 points at 53.47, and $1 Australian is buying 86.91 US cents. Now with sport, Sarah Giuliano.
The Newcastle Jets have extended their winless A-League run to 7 games with a 1-1 draw against Western Sydney on Saturday. Striker Tom Urich put the Wanderers out on the front foot with a volley in the opening 12, but it wasn't enough to silence the Jets midfielder Marcos Flores, netting an equaliser in the 27th minute. Coach Phil Stubbins says the boys put in the hard yards.
My boys certainly controlled a vast amount of the time in the first 45 minutes, so a credit to them. They took to task in difficult circumstances, and I think they can all hold their heads up high.
Meanwhile, the Jets women have left their finals prospects hanging by a thread with a 4-0 hiding by Melbourne victory. The girls will now have to beat Adelaide on Saturday and hope Perth can overcome Sydney in their clash if they're to qualify for the semis. And a knee injury has seen Maitland mixed martial arts exponent JJ Van Aswagen miss out on cage fighting's brace featherweight title, going down to Central Coast's Jamie Malarkey in the opening minute of Saturday's final. That's sport. I'm Sarah Iuliano.
2 in your RFM news time is 1:05.